First off, I just want to say that I hope and pray for Trump's recovery. What had happened yesterday was reprehensible. Whether or not it was staged, many say it was, but you never know these days. But either way, it was deplorable, and I pray for his recovery. But more so, I pray for Trump's and those alike, our collective repentance as a nation, because the harsh reality is this nation, it appears it is beyond saving. And we always want to quote 2 Chronicles 7:14. But we don't seem to be doing that. And the longer we put off repentance and the longer we avoid looking inwardly, it's only going to increase the signs and instruments that God is using for judgment. We're so concerned trying to save our democracy when we should be on our knees. We should be begging for God's mercy, because what is going to transpire is not going to be pretty. It'll be brutal. And if we're not ready, it's going to be like anything we've never seen before, to put it shortly. And the harsh reality is that the judgment that is heaped up on this nation is not limited to just one side of the political aisle. And as much as I despise anything to do with the leftist policies and the leftist beliefs and rhetoric, God's judging us all. All of us are going to have to stand before Him. So we need to make sure we're in covenant with Him. Rather than trying to save this nation, we should be trying to wake each other up out of our slumber and out of our rebellion, our longstanding disobedience to God's commands. Just like Daniel in chapter 9 of Daniel, that should be our prayer. And yesterday during service, we were over Ezekiel, the book of Ezekiel chapter 8 and chapter 9. And it still applies. Everything in that book applies today. Not directly, but for wisdom purposes and for informational purposes, it is the only thing that's going to sustain us in these days. But in those chapters, it said that he was sighing and crying over all the abominations that were done. And can we honestly say that we're doing the same? Are we sighing, crying? Are we mourning for those who are still lost? Are we mourning over the plethora of sins that have been done over this nation and around the world? Don't allow the media or any other entity to make you complacent. This is not the hour for complacency. Stay prayed up, fasting, and on your knees, and stay in the Word. This is to myself too. We need to stay in His Word and stay in communion with Him. And I pray that God may sustain us all and give us the endurance to overcome what is going to transpire. In the name of Yeshua, God bless you all and a blessed week.